Hi, I'm Mensch,
And I'm Goy.
and we are doing our second episode. We're going to review and talk about our experiences where we went to see Kevin Smith live in Ponte Vedra at the concert hall. He was showing his latest movie, Yoga Hoosiers.
Well, I think Kevin Smith, both before and after, when he's talking about the movie, did a really good job describing it. And female superhero, kind of old-fashioned, like
80s.
Yeah,
80s.
80s superhero.
The heyday of modern slashers.
Pow! Fuck! Bang! That kind of thing.
That's like Adam West, 1960s Batman. Holy rusted metal. Wang, bang, zoom.
But it still did some of that.
Yeah, a little
in the
bit.
accent scene.
Yes, when they introduce each character, they freeze frame and they put a little border behind it, and they have a little superhero one-up life sound, and then the stats. How many kills, favorite hobbies, kind of like a Playboy Centerfold, kind of like the favorite interests and stuff.
Well, they made it look like Instagram too, like your Instagram. It says it's somebody's Instagram file, so you can find out everything about them. But then put in it also with the whole Super Mario Brothers soundtrack.
Yeah.
And he described it that he said he made it for his daughter, so it was for preteen teenage girls. And in the beginning, it kind of threw me off a little bit because I'm not a teenage girl, so it took me a while to learn the lingo and get into it. But it was a really good movie. I mean, one of the things that he talked about is he made it for his daughter because he grew up with these superheroes and he always had a superhero kind of idol, and she didn't really. There was no idol for her. There was no powerful female figure, and so he created one.
Wonder Woman. Everybody should get into Wonder Woman. If you hear a bell ringing and ears flapping and such, we have our dog and our cat kind of roaming a boot. Yoga Hoosiers takes place in Canada. Johnny Depp's in the movie. Fake schnoz and porn stash and the over-the-top Canadian accent. I couldn't tell it was him.
You can see the Johnny Depp mannerisms.
Did you find the over-the-top 80s isms, like the way they were doing the fight stuff and the cheese factor to be you like that?
That's what I was looking for. That's what I was hoping for. I mean, he described it, so I was looking for that. So these girls are just your average, everyday teenage girls addicted to their cell phone, Instagramming,
rocking the schmucks.
Yeah.
They work in a convenience store.
The cute guy and crushing over the cute guy and what's the latest gossip kind of thing and reading their People magazine. They're still teenage girls, but when, time calls, they can also be the fighting warrior.
To fight Bratzies.
Yes.
Bratwurst Nazis. There's a mad scientist that gets put on ice, self-inflicted, and then prematurely gets thawed out. It's not good to do things premature.
No,
nothing good comes of that. He had to self-educate himself in English.
Yeah.
So, like, he's educated by pop culture. The villain does a Batman voice, but he does, oh, golly gee whiz, Batman, from the 60s. And the girls are like, what, that's not Batman. Batman's like this. Batman's like this. And Johnny Depp's like, no, this is the Batman from the 1960s, the show. Kevin Smith's partner, when he does a lot of those podcasts, is this guy, Ralph Garman. And they did this podcast, Hollywood Babble On. It'll play on words, Babylon like talking, but Babylon like Babylon. And he actually does great imitations. Like, you close your eyes, you're convinced you're hearing that celebrity. He's that good. It was cool that the Johnny Depp character, with his porn stash and his thick Canadian accent, that he was the one that could pick out what it was. I'm a sucker for a good ballad. And when the girls were playing Styx, Babe, to kind of be a nookie blockery for the dad, PG folks. It was interesting how the girls were singing to be able to make the dad not score.
No, that's also teenage agenda.
Well, seeing Kevin Smith was on my little bucket list of stuff. I mean, I finally got to see Weird Al in concert. It's like seeing Barbara in concert. I was a little disappointed that because during the Q&A, I thought that I was going to ask the question, and I had one planned. It was an interesting little, how do we get into the business kind of question to see if there's, I actually got a tear in my eye when he told that story about Prince.
Yeah.
For those of you out there who don't know, Kevin Smith got to meet Prince because he was shooting a documentary for Prince at Paisley Park about Prince's albums and faith and everything. And he took away from that experience years of going on stage and telling his Prince story. And his Prince story was condensed to trivial little idiosyncrasies. And he took out the human element. And once Prince passed away, God rest his soul, Kevin Smith said to one of the ladies in the audience that he regrets that he didn't cultivate a friendship, and he certainly regrets that he trivialized the man and all of his quirky ways and didn't tell more of a human story. So he actually told a human story that when he was going to film him for concert footage, he asked if he was going to play older songs. And, Prince said, no, I'm not going to play any older songs. And he revealed that he had lost a child and that his sweetheart actually was not the same person she used to be. So inside she was crushed. And those older songs always made his sweetheart dance. He said, unfortunately, he will never perform those songs again because he associates the songs with his sweetheart dancing, and since she'll never dance again, he'll never sing those songs again. And that touched me right here because, for years Kevin Smith has been making jokes, and now he realized that that's a true regret in his life. What do you think of the fact that he said that the Johnny Depp character is part of a trilogy? Did you feel intrigued to see Tusk?
I am intrigued because we saw the one in the middle. We didn't see the one before, and we didn't see the one after. I'm definitely intrigued. I do want to see the one before, but I think he's pushing it with the one after. Moose
Jaws.
I'm gonna have to say
it's exactly what it sounds like. Jaws with a moose.
That's just probably gonna be too far. A classic jumping the shark. Just too far.
Except for you'll see it because it's got Johnny Depp.
Of course.
They need a bigger boat. So, until next time, when we'll be giving you our thoughts of the revival of Ghostbusters, this is Mensch.